We put grill sheets on the stovetops, and you must grill.
I think it's a great way to cook. It adds smokiness, it adds a char.
We're definitely in the smokehouse here.
Fire department coming.
4 competitors think they have what it takes to grill their way to a chopped victory.
I'm gonna pull everything out of my book to win this.
I want to win so badly.
There's a tremendous amount of adrenaline racing through my body.
Winning makes everybody happy.
There are 3 rounds: appetizer, entree, and dessert. Each course in the meal comes with its own basket of mystery ingredients. Each round is timed. When the clock runs out, our judges will critique your dishes. If your dish doesn't cut it, you will be chopped. Chefs, please open your baskets. And we have coho salmon, baby eggplant, and mustard. Time starts now.
I want to make a charred vegetable and fruit salsa.
I really want to make a Moroccan, Middle Eastern flavor. So I decided to do an herb and cardamom crusted salmon.
I love the grill, love the heat, love the flavor that it imparts. I've used cedar planks many times before. It works so wonderfully to give that fish that cigar smoke flavor to it.
Eggplants are pretty boring. First idea is to make a French dish, ratatouille. The basic ingredients were in front of me, so why not? If you're going to competition, your only idea is to win.
Salmon and mustard are like a sailor in the sea. Let's get some mustard in there. And then I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna roll it up. What am I gonna roll it up in? Cilantro, mint, and basil.
Nothing's going on, so I'm starting to get really worried. If I don't get this fish on the grill, we're gonna be having sushi instead of grilled fish. And everything needed to be grilled today.
He's taking his fish off now. It's basically raw.
See, wow, there's a whole lot of eggplant left. So I'm gonna actually make this a Mediterranean vinaigrette. I decided to put the mustard as the base in my vinaigrette.
My fish is sticking to the grill a little bit, and I'm concerned. I decided to cedar plank my salmon. I want to do like a warm relish. I'm gonna saute this eggplant with some onion and cider vinegar and try and give it like the sweet and sour flavor to kind of go with my Moroccan theme.
I get the cheesecloth, roll up the salmon, and poach it in the court bouillon.
5 minutes left on the clock, chefs.
I'm grabbing the salmon off my grill and it's starting to fall apart. I'm hoping I can get enough flavor from my vinaigrette to make the dish work.
I'm gonna make some type of vinaigrette. I'm gonna whisk some olive oil in there. I'm hoping to offset the strong tasting mustard.
Salmon normally breaks, especially once it's exposed to the temperature.
It's very painful to look at Voulez cooking the salmon.
I realized that I have to do something in order to cover the damaged surface of the salmon.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
3, 2.
Time's up. Please step back. Please tell the judges what you grilled.
You got like mustard crusted coho salmon with ratatouille and grilled eggplant.
Next, Chef Phyllis.
I did an herb and spice cedar plank salmon with a arugula salad, a mustard and citrus vinaigrette, and sauteed eggplant and red onion.
Chef Allen.
My dish is a butter-poached coho salmon served Thai street vendor style with a grilled vegetable salad.
Chef Tom.
I did a grilled coho salmon with a eggplant vinaigrette with mustard.
Whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Voulez, you've been chopped.
You cooked all the ingredients well. However, for us, we felt there was a lack of cohesion on the plate. We didn't feel you really gave it much thought, so we can't move you on today.
Thank you, and good luck, guys.
And the mandatory ingredients are rack of wild boar, artichokes, ketchup, sauerkraut. You'll have 30 minutes this time. Clock starts now.
Rack of wild boar. It's a pork chop.
I like wild boar. It has more of a gamey flavor, almost similar to that of elk. When I see the ketchup, I immediately think barbecue sauce.
I'm gonna make artichoke spätzle. Spätzle is a German fresh pasta. I'm gonna saute my onions, get them nice and caramelized, then I'm gonna add my apples and my sauerkraut and just kind of sit that on the grill pan. I put my artichokes in the food processor puree and add to my spätzle dough.
I knew I wanted to make a little sauce. Ketchup would be awesome with my scraps of boar. Just behind you. I grab my red wine, dump the whole bottle, just let it reduce.
I made the barbecue sauce, I put it in the blender, and then I added to the sauerkraut. Then there's the artichoke. Working with artichokes is difficult. There's a lot of product to remove around the outside and also removing the choke.
I'm gonna hit that sauerkraut with some heavy cream. Make it really buttery and really rich.
Now I'm thinking, what the hell am I gonna do with this ketchup? I'm gonna add a little balsamic to it, just kind of cook that down and add to this sweet and sour concept I have going on here. I'm using the colander and push that spätzle through over on the stove. We get that 2-minute warming. I literally have to take my spätzle and throw it into the pan. I don't really get that brown, buttered spätzle that I'm looking for.
10, 9.
I'm kind of thinking, is this gonna happen for me?
7, 6, 5.
Is this it?
3, 2.
Get it on the plate.
1.
Oh my God.
Time's up. Please step back. Chef Phyllis, how'd you do?
I've made for you today a wild boar chop, artichoke spätzle with a braised sauerkraut.
Chef Allen.
I made for you today a grilled boar chop with grilled artichokes, a sauerkraut, juniper, and purple potato choucroute, and a ketchup and red wine gastrique.
Chef Tom.
I prepared for you today a grilled wild boar chop with a bacon honey sauerkraut, grilled artichokes, and southern barbecue sauce.
Whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Tom, you've been chopped.
Chef Tom, your entree plate didn't come together as a cohesive dish, and there are a few errors with the artichoke. That's why we had to chop you.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
You must use mayonnaise, bananas, prickly pear cactus, and pre-cooked pizza crusts. You'll have 30 minutes on the clock. Time starts now.
I'm gonna make banana ice cream.
I'm making a prickly pear tequila and lime sorbet.
I was crestfallen. The only concrete idea I have is that I'm gonna make banana ice cream, and now I can't. I didn't know that Phyllis was a fierce competitor. Now I'm stuck with this really sweet mixture with mayonnaise, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. So I put it in the blast chiller, behind you hot. I was like, I better do something, so I made whipped cream. I have to take up the slack, so I come up with the idea for the rice pudding.
I decided to do a banana cornmeal crusted fritter. I get some cornmeal, sugar, flour, and fry it. And then I'm gonna take some prickly pear and grill it with the banana to make relish.
I throw the pizza crust in the pan with butter, and I sprinkle sugar on the top. I let that drink up the butter. I said, now's the time to grill it. Looking at this wonderful sauté pan with all of this burned sugar in the bottom, bang, there goes the cactus pear. I'm going to make a cactus pear coulis.
I mix up maple syrup in the mayo. It definitely tastes like maple mayonnaise.
Oh my God, the rice pudding. What happened? It's like welded to the bottom of the pan, and I shove it in the blast freezer.
I decide to grill the pizza crust and lay some maple syrup on it to try and make it a little sweet.
I take the ice cream base, which is now my cold soup, and I'm like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna serve what I made. I get my soup in my cup, my coulis down, I fry my chips, I perch them into the rice pudding.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Please step back. Chef Allen, how'd it work out?
I did rice pudding called banana soup, pita squares on the grill, and caramelized cactus pear.
Chef Phyllis.
I did for you a prickly pear and tequila sorbet with a grilled maple glazed piece of flatbread, a grilled banana, prickly pear, basil relish.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Phyllis, you've been chopped. Judges.
We really enjoyed a true arc of progression here with you today. Unfortunately, I would say that in every round, there was an aspect to your dish that really just didn't work. The spätzle, the undercooked salmon, but know that you're in second place, and a very respectable one at that.
And that means, Chef Allen, that you are the chopped champion.
Feels good.
Aside from winning top billing in our grilling competition, you'll be going home with a check for $10,000.
Whoa. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.